Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So yesterday I spent almost a full day playing Neverwinter. It's a pretty cool game. I mean, it's pretty much just like any other MMO that I've played in the Overlook, like in terms of what you kind of do in the game. You just level up, you do some quests. Content is a lot easier with more people. Some things are a little bit more powerful than others, but overall the game is pretty fun, as I expect any MMO should be through the leveling process, because, back in the day, MMOs are just kind of like a grind to the end game, and that was okay, but people kind of got fed up with that. So a lot of the newer MMOs had to like streamline the leveling, so it's a lot more, it's a lot more fast-paced, a lot more interesting, and it was. I have to say that playing this game really gave me the feeling that I was playing Guild Wars, and in more ways than that, it is very similar to Guild Wars. Now, the leveling in Guild Wars, in my opinion, was very, very good, and as such, I think I had, quite a good experience playing both games, really, when just leveling up the character. But, there are a few things that obviously I haven't reached in the game. I haven't reached the end game, and that's usually where these newer MMOs tend to fall. So we'll have to see what happens then, and we'll have to see what happens with this, this big subject that people keep talking about, that the game is like pay to win or whatever. You just buy everything you want for money. And, people tend to be right about those things. So I haven't ran into that yet. I just played the game for free, didn't pay anything, downloaded the game, played. It was a lot of fun. I didn't really experience anything that I would have had, a much better time doing if I had paid real money. My stash was sufficient. I didn't really mind the fact that I didn't have a mount at 20, just run around, and everything seemed pretty good. It was pretty fun. Obviously, at the beginning, for me, what you can tell video yesterday, the game was lagging like crazy, but that's how it is with these new game releases when they go public, when it's free to play. No surprise there at all. In terms of what I liked about the game, it's really fun early on when you're leveling. It's really cool, like the mechanics. Not so much like Path of Exile style, where they're objectively interesting. It's more so the implementation of them. It's like the feel of moving your character around the world. It's very responsive. You still have like the dodge mechanic as you would in any other MMO like Guild Wars or something like that, where you can just dodge attacks with this like energy bar. It's very, very similar in that way to Guild Wars, but it feels a lot better. The movement of the camera, you can actually set it, you can do 360s. The control of the character is very crisp, and I think that's very important when it comes to releasing a relevant game these days. The controls have to be on point, and they are. It's very fun to play. It's very fun just to move around and mow down some monsters. Now, the downsides of this are some of the builds are not so good. I ended up playing a wizard, and the wizard ended up being quite a good class. You have some AoE. Once you get it, it's pretty fun, but before you get it, it's pretty crap. And other classes have like no AoE at all, like even to the level that I got, I think like 23 or something. So there is this issue of class balance, especially early on. But if you're grouping, it's not really a big deal. If you're solo, you may not have a lot of fun. There's also just certain classes just seem really useless. We ended up doing PvP, and it was pretty obvious that a lot of the content is heavily dominated by the rogue class. The rogue class is able to 2-3 shot people. Their single target damage is insane. As a wizard, which I focus on like glass cannon AoE damage, I'm able to keep up with the rogues just about when I do instances with them. But I'm capitalizing off the fact that there's a lot of monsters there. When you transfer that to PvP, there's typically only one target that you want to kill at any given time, and it makes those classes specifically powerful. So the balance in the game is really out of whack right now, in my opinion. Obviously, it's an MMO. Who really cares? Just play for the fun. But in the end, balance does really matter. Balance keeps people playing the game because they want to be on some similar kind of level competitive. The other side that I really enjoyed were the dungeons. Now, I tried dungeons in previous MMOs, clearly. In World of Warcraft, I do like the raiding environment, but the 5-man's really boring for me, at least. Maybe I just did too many of them, but even in the beginning, I didn't really enjoy them that much. In Guild Wars, it was much worse. Guild Wars 5-mans were like the most boring thing in the world. I really, really despised them. And although the mechanics of the game are very similar, and the gains of what you get in terms of items and stuff like that is also very similar in Neverwinter as it is in Guild Wars, it was a lot of fun. I don't really know why. Maybe it was just a little bit easier. Maybe the dodge mechanic just actually proved to be useful. Maybe it was the healing behind the group that you're able to keep up and keep moving without having a discrete tank. But whatever it was really fun. And that's what I have in the background here. This is one of the boss encounters. This is like, I think, a level 25 dungeon or something like that, and we were 22, 23 at the time. And our rogue, which was a primary DPS at the time, got locked out of the instance. It's actually the first big bug we come across when playing yesterday. So, you know, the bug stuff, can't really say for sure. But nonetheless, it was a really close call, and definitely reminded me of the World of Warcraft days where you'd wipe at like 0.001%. So it's pretty interesting, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, what it looks like killing a boss without me.
Well, it's probably like for 5 man and with 4 man, right?
I might die here.
Oh shit, I thought you died, dude.
I'm stuck. I died. He's at 0%.
You guys suck, dude. I'm coming. You cannot. Cannot enter.
0%. I tried, guys. I ran out of my good potion.
No one like